name's Stephanie Brothers, and for my Activity Development Assignment 1, I'm doing how to properly assess 4 vital signs on a patient. This is Caleb, my patient today. And first, we're going to do heart rate. Now, a heart rate on an adult is usually 60 to 100, but on a child, it may be a little bit higher, from 80 to 120. So we're going to assess his heart rate in his wrist, in the artery right here. I'm going to use my watch and time it for 15 seconds. So I'm going to count for 15 seconds. Okay, I got 22 in 15 seconds. So I times that times 4 for a minute and I get 88. Or if we have an irregular heartbeat, I might do the entire minute to get the correct heart rate. So that's the first vital sign, your heart rate. You can also feel it in your neck, but I usually use the wrist as the focal point for doing the heart rate. Next, we're going to do respiratory rate, which is how fast someone breathes. And what we're going to do is I usually put my hand on their shoulder, and they usually breathe normal. And then we time it again for 15 seconds. Okay, I got 7 as the respiratory rate in 15 seconds, like the heart rate. So we do 7 times 4 for the whole minute is 28 respirations per minute. And that's normal for, he's 9 years old, so that's normal for a child his age. Usually an adult is anywhere from 12 to 20 or 22. Or if they're irregular as the heart rate, we can count for a total of 1 minute to get the correct respiratory rate. So the first vital sign was the heart rate. The second one was the respiratory rate. The next thing we're going to assess are his breath sounds. So I have a stethoscope. We're going to listen to the anterior or the front first, and then the posterior or the back next. These are the specific places that we listen to someone. We ask them to take a big deep breath for us, please. Then we listen on this side. And what we are listening for is good exchange of air as he breathes in and out. You might hear wheezing. And then we listen on the side here. Another big deep breath, Caleb. Then we listen over here. Okay, now I'm going to ask him to turn around so we can listen to the back as well. So we start up here at the top again, ask him to take a big deep breath. Another one. I'm going to go down here about the shoulder blades. Listen across from it. Then we're going to listen to the side a little bit. Listen to the other side. Okay, you can turn around, Caleb. Because of course most people have 2 lungs, so that's why we listen to each side on anterior and posterior. We listen to each side to compare both lungs, because one lung may have different breath sounds than the other. We might hear, like I said, wheezing. It might be clear. It might have rhonchi or crackles. There are a variety of things that you might hear according to different disease processes. And the last vital sign we're going to do is blood pressure. So we have a cuff manometer here. We're going to put this on Caleb's arm. And usually for adults, it's 120 over 80, but for children, it's lower than that. It's like 90 over 50 or over 60 is the normal. So we're going to put this on real tight on Caleb. Okay, and I'm going to use my stethoscope and place it right on the brachial artery, right on the inside of his arm, my stethoscope, so I can listen to the heartbeat as I pump it up. Hold your arm right there, please. Thank you. And we're just going to pump it up. For a child, I usually pump it up to about 140. Then we let it out slowly. Okay, and his blood pressure was 88/60, which is good. So now I've let out all the air in the cuff, and I'm going to take it off. And that's good for him, but also, as with the lungs, you can compare both arms, because both arms won't read the same thing usually. So you listen to both arms and pump it up. And for an adult, a child I'll pump up to about 140, and an adult, depending on if their blood pressure runs high, I may pump it up to 200 or 220. And then let it out slowly, and then I'm listening for a heartbeat, and when you get down to the first heartbeat you hear, that's systolic, that's your top number. And then you listen to the heartbeat as you let out the air in the cuff, and then the last beat you hear is a diastolic number, which is the bottom number. So, the 4 vital signs, let me reiterate the 4 vital signs we're going over today. Heart rate, we did the heart rate, then we did the respiratory rate, I did breath sounds anterior and posteriorly, and then I also did a blood pressure. So these are 4 things that we may do in case you have a sick family member or somebody at home to assess, maybe to see what the normals are in case they need to go to the hospital or to the doctor to be further evaluated. Thank you for your time.